What you're looking at is the newest, the latest, the greatest. It has never been done. Our SuperStretch Lite that you have made, truly one of the best sellers in the entire DG2 line, but with your favorite silhouette. Now, boot cut, and then I think it's been something like a decade since we've given you a Today Special with a gorgeous look at the back pocket embellishment.
It's been 10 years.
10 years.
Since we did embellishment for a Today Special. Oh, look at my hair. I've got bad hair, don't look at me.
You look fabulous. You look great. And
it's
look
a
at the
lot
whole
of hair. Oh, I love these jeans.
Let me tell you,
and
you
love
live
the
in
bling.
these jeans.
Yeah.
Let's go through the colors, because when it comes to SuperStretch Lite, you know, the day you launch these, I bought 5 pairs.
You know something? SuperStretch Lite is such a beautiful sateen finish on a jean. So it's a little more womanly, a little dressier than just an ordinary twill denim. Color saturation is the key. And we'll go through the back pockets for you, because that is the star of the jean, along with the fact that you are getting your #1 favorite silhouette, which is a boot cut. I think there's a video we can run, Mr. Producer, that shows those back pockets close up, and that's really where we want to go with this. So the black has jet black, the most subtle. There's that beautiful shade of topaz on the indigo and the mid-tone. Those beautiful light blue sapphires on the chambray, white diamonds on white, gorgeous chocolate diamonds on that khaki. There are yellow diamonds, and the pink sold out at midnight. And that beautiful shade of cappuccino will be the next to sell out. So here's what I want to do. I want to actually show you the embellishment up close, because I'm quite proud of it. When you talk about DG2, you talk about stretch, you talk about style next, and you talk about always being on trend. Embellishment couldn't be stronger in Europe. But when you do an embellishment like this, Alice, on back pocket, you restrict the stretch with the embroidery stitch. So we spent the extra money and made it stretchable.
How is that even possible?
Look at that. So you get all that stretch right within your jeans. So I'm going to drape the colors over my arm so you can see them, and then maybe Alice will do a little draping herself with the cappuccino and the yellow. I'm wearing the white, which is absolutely gorgeous, must have for the season. And then the black, the most subtle of all. And then I'm going to show you the difference between the mid-tone, pardon me, and the indigo. But you love the boot cut, and quite frankly, I love it because it is that balancing act. That balances out anybody who feels they carry too much weight in the thigh, through the hip area. For me, it's through the midriff and the waist. A 16.5-inch leg opening is not one of those big flares, but it really makes you look like you've got much leaner thighs and hips. And look at that little bit of twinkle on both back pockets. And then to the front, you're going to get, I'm looking for the front here.
There it is.
You're going to get a beautiful jeweled button. We'll show that to you on the ladies. You get all the stretch of SuperStretch Lite. 8,000 perfect 5-star reviews on SuperStretch. So ladies, do your stuff. Show your back pockets off. Show the stretch to these jeans. Ingeborg, I love that white on white. Wow. Gorgeous. I love those pastels with the indigo. The mid-tone is just that perfect shade. The chambray is so romantic. That light yellow, honestly, is all about color of the season. And ladies, $49, but it gets better than that. It
gets so much better.
Alice, I'm so much taller than you in my 7-inch wedges.
Look at those. She did elevator up.
For once, I get to be the tall person. I'm really happy about this. When we did customer appreciation, we had 2 ladies that were customers invited for that show who were over 6 feet tall, and they wore our talls, and both of them said to me, "You're so petite." And I thought, really? So So here I am.
Well,
okay.
And you know, here's the beauty of it, because my mom's a petite. So she already called me last night and said, is she doing it in yellow? Now, my mom's in her, I'm just going to say it, she's in her 80s. She's wearing yellow jeans. Okay, you made that possible. Yellow, gorgeous jeans.
Look at how, and we'll show you
look at that
yellow pocket up close.
Beautiful.
It is gorgeous. It is so beautifully accomplished.
But we have to tell them the kicker.
If you can move around a little bit, you'll see that you get that sparkle out of it. But look at the other thing you get out of it. You see the stretch in that back pocket, which you would ordinarily never see. Well, if you order $99 worth, which would be 2 jeans.
2 jeans, that's it.
A jean and a top, like the top I've got on, which, boy, I love. I know.
You order the jeans, and here's the thing. You hit $99 today, all right? And you're gonna get free shipping and handling on everything. All your shipping and handling disappears. And that's for as much as you order. We have never done this before. This is brand new. What a day we're having already. Over 20,000 orders.
And we'll run that swipe for you, because we run swipes when we hit a 10,000 mark, a 20,000 mark, and exciting, because honestly, here are your entryway jeans to the season. And I bet that you ladies are a lot like me. You are, I always say I'm an old girl in a young girl's world. I want what the young girls have. What do they have? Gorgeous back pocket embellishment. But I don't want big, heavy flaps. I don't want it to restrict stretch. I don't want it to come down below my belly button. We are giving you our classic bootcut jean, voted by you as your #1 most trustworthy silhouette. If you've got funny business going on in your waist and midriff like me, your upper or lower hip area, your thigh area, you'll see on the ladies how balanced this jean makes you. But you know, I wore this jewelry for a reason. Well, we took the camera off of me, but it'll get back on me again. So subtle. The embellishment is not screaming at you. And you know, I think you might want to just take caution with the cafe au lait that Alice has got on her arm, because we sold out of the pink at midnight, and the cafe au lait and the yellow are going to go next.
Look at that.
Aren't those beautiful? Now, you've seen all those flesh tones in beige. This had that pinkish tinge to it, but it's more of a very beautiful trench coat beige. And wow, talk about classy, talk about subtlety. And then for me, I love the way it curves around. It starts up, loops around, and ends up. Well, that is all visually very uplifting to the derriere, huh?
I mean, that is the perfect accent. 10 years it's been. Okay, here's all the history-making points today, okay? 10 years since we have done an embellished jean like this. Never before in your SuperStretch Lite, which will be your new favorite jean of all time, And then never where you're gonna spend $99 and we'll put up that screen, $99.95, right? Okay, and then free shipping and handling all day long on everything.
You know, you're saving, let's say you're saving an average of $7 a jean.
Right.
So now if you buy 2 jeans, and it's easy,
maybe a top.
It's not easy to resist buying at least 1 basic color and 1 fashion color, or buying the white, which is so gorgeous in SuperStretch Lite. You got a savings that just keeps rolling on and on. So the white, I'm just gonna put, if we can do real close-ups on these pockets, I'm just gonna put some of my twinkle jewelry beside it and say, now that is perfect. This is Isle of Capri summer. Every Italian woman will have a pair of white jeans on, diamond bracelets, a simple, elegant t-shirt, a fabulous pair of sandals, jeweled. That's what the Isle of Capri is famous for. If we can go back to this again, how about light blue sapphires? and that indigo stitching on the chambray. When you get to the indigo, you've got that classic gold top stitch, and you've got topaz. Why did I choose it? Because I love wearing luggage brown, leather accessories with indigo.
Beautiful.
Taking it a little festival for summer, taking a little organic. After all,
Makes it
I'm an
richer.
old hippie. So whichever way you want to go, you honestly can't lose here. And the truth is, that bling is very, very subtle. If you want to turn around and say, okay, I'm going to be like Diane this morning, and last night I had on a top that showed the bling. Today, this morning, I'm just wearing a gorgeous cascading top where this becomes my basic summer jean. Why do we love the bootcut? I leave this to Alice from Dallas.
Because I know the answer to this.
I know you do, because you love the bootcut so much.
I do. You've convinced me on the skinny as well, but bootcut, and it's your #1 favorite as well. It's because it makes you look thinner. Now, Diane always talks about carrying the weight in her tummy area. I carry it in my thighs. And if you carry it in your thighs, but you have a little, it comes in, and then it goes out just a little bit.
16.5-inch leg opening is so subtle.
Perfect leg. I wore these, I actually wore these last night. I'm saying, yes, I wore them 2 days in a row. I was out, and so my friend said, she goes, so those are bootcut? I said, yes, yes. And she goes, it's very slight. I said, right, because you don't want this great big thing exaggerated. You just want it to come in and then go out a little bit. And that's why for those of us who carry our weight here,
which is most of us, actually.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and that makes it, the bootcut is a very subtle cut. I think a lot of you, and I'm going to just be perfectly frank, I am not a big believer in the huge flare, which actually has not really taken off.
It makes you look heavy, don't you think? And shorter. I think it shortens you.
And also, you're really obligated to wear a very high wedge with that. You can't really wear a pump. So we like to do the bootcut. Most of those are about a 23, 24-inch leg opening. We give you a 16, 17.5-inch leg opening on the bootcut, which gives you a gentle flare from the very bottom of the knee down. Look at the subtlety of the black. That's what Alice is wearing. Then the white. I say, for having that fabulous bargain of spending 99 bucks, maybe getting the 2 foundational pieces for the season. Maybe you're just, I know I'm doing white. There is no doubt about it.
And so is everybody else. Everybody's starting with the white.
Yeah.
But then what is the second most popular? And the iced cappuccino.
I knew it.
You did.
A lot of you say, you know what? I love all those flesh tones of beige I see in the magazines, but I need it to be a little more beige. Is that not, gosh, that is
beautiful.
such, you know, I actually, I want to just put my bracelets up next to it, because if you like a little bit of bling, go for some bling on your wrist, echo it in the jean, and you have got such a dependable trend for the season and beyond. I was just in Milan and Paris doing TV. The windows, it was all about encrusted denim. I saw $10,000 embellished jeans. I actually saw a jean, I'm not joking, $14,000 embellished all over. And you know what? You wished you were a millionaire and you could buy it. But that's not everyday life for us.
No.
Here's everyday life. Show it off when you want to. We've got plenty of tops that are going to show that pocket area, covered up when you want to, and you've got the perfect fabric in the perfect cut, the boot cut, to wear every day. If you are in any kind of profession where you need to meet and greet the public, look at the cut on this. If that is not the most beautiful, tailored, I can wear this everywhere, anytime. I always say, this is the cut for everybody and every body type. And that means whether you are a 2 or a 16 women's or a 24 women's. Whether you are a petite with a 29.5-inch seam, average 5'7" to 5'9", with 5'4" to 5'9", with a 31.5-inch inseam, or a tall with a 33.5-inch inseam. Well, we started out with 8 colors. We're down to 7. I'm not good at math, but if you multiply 16 sizes by 3 lengths by 7 colors, imagine you have the power to customize your wardrobe in a way that would never happen in a store.
Never.
Just not possible. So you tall girls, I don't even know where you go for clothing anymore. I don't see tall stores. And you petite gals, what if you are a petite 3X? Where do you go? You come here to HSN. What do you get? You get one of our #1 performance fabrics, which is SuperStretch Lite. A beautiful sateen surface. You can't see through the white or the cappuccino or the yellow. The light colors take to sateen beautifully. This is a little bit dressier, a little bit more upscale looking than just an ordinary twill jean. And the color saturation is ideal, absolutely beautiful. In terms of washing this fabric, it loves you for washing it.
Wash it and wash it and wash it. And let me tell you, every time it comes out looking perfect. This at $49.95 is absolutely incredible. I mean, that's without the embellishment. Adding the embellishment for 10 years. It has been 10 years.
And even then, that was at the very beginning, when we used a denim, which we used for a long time, that didn't really have any stretch to it, but we were so happy to get all you guys back into denim. Frankly, technology just caught up with our needs as baby boomer women. But today, you're getting all of that stretch, all of the glory of color. Oh my gosh, you know what? I'll tell you the truth. For me, I've got to have the white and the black. Those are my foundational colors for the season. And then I am going to make a very bold statement. I'm going to go into the cappuccino because in New York, all those shades of beige, you're beginning to see people put a lot of those shades together, shades of mochas, shades. I will tell you what, I just bought in Italy, don't hate me for it, ladies, but I just bought a pair of fully jeweled espadrilles in beige. They are magnificent, and the color matches perfectly. So if you are a lover of espadrilles, the jewels are perfect together, and those espadrilles are a lot more money than this jean was, but they really go together. So if you are a lover of espadrilles with those jute soles to them, this is going to be a perfect guideline. Yellow, always so aspirational, always such a happy color. Always such a great way to go. And I think that color this year is going to be more important than ever. So you're marrying one of our #1 fabrics out of 11,000 reviews on SuperStretch. 8,000 are perfect 5-star reviews. Now, you people, honestly, ladies, we'd love to hear from you this morning. I want to hear your experiences with SuperStretch Lite. I want to hear what you think about this jean. We made it subtle, but we made it a statement. We made it beautiful, but we made it so wearable. The truth is, at $49, that's a TS price for just SuperStretch on its own in a boot cut.
Right, adding the embellishment, but here's what else we did. If you spend $99, we've never done this, never. This is like history making right here. If you spend $99 on DG2, you're gonna get free shipping and handling on everything. So even if your basket right now has some shipping and handling on it, okay? If you order $99 worth, you will wipe that out for the rest of the day and wait till you see the tops she has brought us. I'm just telling you, you are going to go crazy. But Diane, what really, and by the way, please let us hear your testimonial calls. We'd love to talk to you.
If you're lying in bed having cappuccino and watching the show, we would love to hear from you and share your morning with you. We'd also like your cappuccino, please.
Yes, if we could.
Yeah,
a bagel
just bring
would be
that on
okay
in.
too.
Yes, thank you. A brioche would be good, or a croissant. Thank you.
But when my mother, who is in her 80s, when my mother calls me and says, I want Diane's jeans. What colors is she doing? And he said, well, she's gonna do, you know, the classics and this and that. And she goes, is she doing yellow? When she feels confident to wear a yellow jean at her age and know that it's gonna fit because she's petite, okay? She wears the petite. She cannot go to a store and buy a petite. When she can wear this jean and feel completely on trend, completely comfortable, that speaks to generations of us being able to get a fit that works across different age groups. And that's really, to me, what makes your line so amazing, to be able to say, I wear the same jeans as my mother, and believe me, my daughter, because she's tall, wears your talls.
Does she?
Yes, she does. And you know what? She's gonna love this because she's gonna love that little bit of embellishment.
I love that scrolling, and I'll tell you what, I love the fact that we not only made it lyrical, but we lifted it at the beginning of the scroll, looped it down, and then lifted it at the end. So that gives an optical lift to the derriere that I just don't think you can say is anything but miraculous in the way it aids. And look at that little bit of sparkle. See,
look at that fit.
Just love that. It's aspirational, it's upscale, and that embroidery stitch is elasticated. So many times when I see an embellished jean for the contemporary market, for a younger woman, I think to myself, the first thing I think is, I don't need the stretch so much to the back, but when you sit, you do, but I really need it because my tummy pooches out. This, I don't have to worry about it. Because the pockets are approximately 4 inches across. Most pockets in contemporary jeans are 6 to 7 inches wide. So you're getting a narrower pocket, but you're also getting no restriction. That cappuccino is definitely going to be the next to go and is so beautifully accomplished. $49. Come on, go into the market, ladies, and you will see that this is such a good bargain. And honestly, beautifully done. Remember something always amazes me when I go into stores. They don't have quality control the way HSN does. So I'll be looking through a rack and I'll look at stuff and buttons have fallen off and threads are hanging. That never happens here because we know we need your trust to order a fitted garment online. That quality control of HSN makes sure these are pristine and beautiful and every jewel is in place. So beautifully done. And if you buy 2, you just save shipping on not only those 2, but every one of them for the entire day of purchasing DG. I would love to also show for anybody who is a new member of our family what another jean does for you or doesn't do, as opposed to our jeans with the before and after. Because it's not only about the balance at the boot cut. Believe it or not, that other brand is a famous control undergarment brand that went into jeans. And look at the back view with that spreading. Look at the muffin spill.
Well, look at the way the pocket just drags.
See what I mean about gigantic and spread apart? We always put our pockets so much closer together. Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. And we give you an uplift, but we also give you a back rise that is cut to uplift. And then look at the difference in the stretch. Now, SuperStretch Lite is a beautiful, lightweight, 10 ounces, as opposed to most denims that are 11.5 to 14. We don't want 14, way too clunky. But they're a beautiful, it has density and richness to it, but not heaviness.
Not at all.
The sateen surface means if you're a teacher, if you're in real estate, if you're somebody that meets and greets the public, if you're allowed to have a weekend, your weekend warrior, whatever you do and you meet the family for dinner, you've got a sateen surface that just quite frankly looks more aspirational, looks more special than regular denim.
Diane, can we show close up? Because I think that you can really see.
I think on the sateen here you can see it.
You can see that this is just completely different than anything you've ever experienced. It's just so finished that it really will go absolutely anywhere, anytime, and the smoothness of it, it's almost a shame to call it a jean because it's so elevated.
You know, it is a 5-pocket jean, but it is done in an elevated fabric, and it's a fabric that you guys absolutely love. I've seen your reviews on SuperStretch Lite, and quite frankly, it's right up there in the top 3 favorites of fabrics you buy from us. The beauty of it is it's got a little bit of sheen, which adds to the richness. The density of the fabric with long combed cotton, rayon, and spandex allows you to get saturation of color that is probably more enriched than anything else we do. And at the same time, I have to say that jeweling and that very subtle embroidery is so classy and upscale. You know, as we saw in the before and after, there are so many jeans with giant pockets, and a lot of the junior jeans and contemporary jeans, which really are for 30-year-olds, have these big embellished back flaps. I don't want that restriction.
No.
I want something where when I want to show it, I can show it, and when I don't, I've got my workhorse 5-pocket bootcut jean. So this is a slightly dressed up jean. This is an aspirational jean. And this, honestly, is a jean that nobody would ever guess was under $50.
There's just no way.
Well, that's what makes it such a special value for the day.
And the lightness of this, the comfort of this is amazing. But then you have the SuperStretch as well. Listen, you spend $99 today. You're gonna have free shipping and handling all day, 3 flex payments on this. And believe me, if you want the yellow, we are now down to a matter of a few hundred in the yellow.
No, really?
Yes.
You know, I'll tell you something. I think, yeah, we just...
Well, understand, we're a third of the way through our quantity.
Yep.
A third of the way through our quantity. Is it 10 a.m.
It is.
on the East Coast?
It
okay?
is.
So a lot of you haven't even had the coffee yet, all right?
Like me.
We'd like to have some. Please send it our way. But please, please call in. We're gonna go out to Pennsylvania because Lisa is calling in from Pennsylvania, and my sister's name is Lisa, and she lives in Pennsylvania. It could be her.
No.
But Lisa, say hi to Diane Gilman.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We're great. You can tell we just love this jean.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
we understand that you might be a DG2 girl.
Oh, big time. In fact, I had to call you back to tell you I ordered the pink ones. I was with you all 3 hours last night.
Oh, you got the pink.
And the pink is gone. I
can't
think
wait to
we
get
really miscalculated how much you guys love color this season.
I love the pink. I bought the shirt you were wearing last night in pink.
Oh, lovely.
And I'm waiting for some of your tops. The one you're wearing is the one I want.
We'll put the number at the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
I got to tell you something.